Well, let me change the background for you guys. Sorry I'm late. Sorry I'm late, everyone. Actually got a little distracted talking to my roommate, actually about New York Comic-Con. So I apologize. Background should be good now. Sweet. What's up, everyone? Do need to fix this really quick. Then we'll be good to go. Chat overlay. Then let me see if this will detect. It does not. Give me one sec here. All right, we're in business. What's up, everyone? Actually, a quick tweet as well. Man, there's so many steps to get this stream thing going. Me. Yes, sir. How's everyone doing? All right, tweet is done. Everything's done. Now I can focus on you guys. What's up? What's going on? All right, let's start at the top. Daniel Marquez. Yep. Yes, sir. Hope you feel better, dude. I know you said you're feeling sick, so hope you feel better. I'm glad you're going to be lurking in chat. Always appreciate that. D1 and only, we vibing. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to listen. Chat mode off now. Start 5 minutes. Yeah, a little bit late of a start, but that's okay. Just got home. Okay, you guys are just talking to each other. I feel it. I feel it. Thanks for the insight vibes. Yep, anytime. Anytime you want me to give you some insight when I'm not streaming. I don't think I've said anything yet, but I appreciate it. Dude, Froey called me. What's up, dude? Dude, I missed you at Vegas. I heard that you were potentially going. Obviously, it wasn't confirmed, but I heard you were potentially going. So I wish I saw you there, but it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. But glad to see you. I was about to turn off chat to see my screen bigger. Glad I didn't. So yeah, yes, please smash the likes. Good Daniel, finally done with work for the day. Just sitting in the parking lot decomposing. What? Is it that bad out there right now? Dude, honestly, the weather is beautiful in Arizona right now. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying myself. I actually got to sit outside at like noon in the middle of the day in Arizona. So it's pretty nice. Yeah, like low 90s is like a nice weather for us here in Arizona. Had the chat up, of course. Yeah, Dana Marquez said he was gonna lurk in chat, and he's the one chatting the most. Let's go. Still on vibe, no pun intended. Glad to see you. Let's go. Dude, everyone's excited to see each other. I appreciate that. Nice little hangout. My collectible is saying, New York, New York. Let's go. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, me and my collectibles are gonna be hanging out together at New York Comic-Con. I haven't like announced it yet on Twitter. I'll probably do it tonight or tomorrow morning. I've just been kind of too lazy to like work up like a tweet about it or an X post, whatever the hell you want to call it nowadays. But yeah, it was kind of last minute decision. Yeah, I paid a premium, but I think it's gonna be one of those once in a lifetime chances, right? A lot of announcements, a lot of exciting things happen. Drops, partnerships, like there's so much stuff happening. A lot of cool people in the community that are going to be there, some big parties. So I was like, all right, might as well, right? So if I don't say hi, it's not that I'm ignoring anyone, just turning my screen off. Yep, we feel you. Hope you feel better, Daniel. Comics and Crypto said, when you have a physical collectible shipped to you, I'd you send it in for grading without opening the manufacturer box. Packaging box, it will receive an uncirculated tag. Didn't know about that. So basically, if you submit, if you get a physical collectible without opening it and you submit it directly to, I guess, CGC or whoever for grading, or whoever I guess grades physicals. I don't know if you're talking about comics or VHS or other like physical toys and stuff like that. So let's go. Using those emotes. I know I've been talking about it for a while. I do need to update those emotes. Maybe I'll do an emote. Maybe My Collectibles can make an emote. It'd be kind of cool to have a My Collectibles emote in my chat. And we'll do something funny. Maybe a drop head or something. Let's go. Thoughts on the fashion Marvel thingy? I don't know. To be honest, it sounds like a lot of people are going to try and buy it on like a credit card and then just return the item. I don't know. The real question is, do you get the you know, the Vivi code at the time of purchase, like online, and you just get the code right away, or do you get it after it's delivered? Who knows, right? Or maybe you get an email with the code 30 days after, because I think you have 30 days to return the physical, you know, item as long as it's not damaged. That's kind of what I read very briefly about the return policy on those. So it seems like quite a few people might try that. I'm not entirely sure. It's going to really come down to when you get the code. I mean, if you get the code at the time of purchase, I can see a lot of people just like buying one and then just like undoing the purchase or returning it or trying to like cancel the purchase. I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, that's what came to mind for me, right? Tell MC, I thought his vid was for today's comic. I went for it thinking it was tomorrow's comic. He said $200 SR, so I thought 70 was a steal. LMAO. Yeah, you got to be careful with those. Yeah, today was 209, and then tomorrow is number 15. So yeah, today was 209, which is actually the kind of area code I grew up in. I actually landed an ultra rare on the drop. I'll show you guys here real quick. Yeah, there's the ultra rare. I actually landed on the drop. I just held it. And honestly, I was at work at the time. By the time I realized I won it, I think by the time I won it, it was going for 18 gems. So it's only gone down 3 gems since then. But yeah, I got pretty lucky. I landed the ultra rare on that one. So Johnny Poo, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, and happy belated birthday. I saw the very tail end of the stream. Like I jumped in and you guys were kind of closing up shop. I don't know, like on and off the last couple of days, I've been feeling kind of weird. Not like sick, but just like, you guys know that feeling you guys get when you're on like the cusp of being sick? Like for me, it's always like my ears feel kind of like the inside of my ears feel kind of like full, or it's like kind of hard to hear things. And like sometimes the back of my throat will start getting a little scratchy and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get sick. Here we go. So I've been kind of like resting a little bit more these last, like on and off the last like couple weeks or so. And I've been taking a lot of emergencies to kind of help combat that. But yeah, I saw the tail end of it. And then, you know, it was a long stream you did. So, you know, I didn't watch the full 5 or 6 hours that you streamed for, but it looked like it was a lot of fun. And My Collectible says, happy birthday. Yep. How's everyone doing this fine Tuesday? Yes, sir. I'm doing great. Was a good one. Jimbo Lee Lingo. Dude, this guy's everywhere. Dude, every time I see someone stream, he always says, you know, hello, master, whoever. Dude, I love it. You're consistent, and you're a awesome member of the community. But yeah, so I am going to New York Comic Con. I did not buy the, what's it called? The what's it called? Propaganda? What are they called? Like, what are the actual Mogul Grin? I did not buy a Mogul Grin, so I do not have one of those. But I've been talking to some people to see if they can kind of get me in the party, or maybe if I buy one after the fact, I can still maybe get one in. So yeah, I'm excited for the parties and all that stuff. This looks kind of bad, doesn't it? My Collectibles, doesn't this look kind of bad as a graphic designer? Like if you look at this, like this looks like something I would do, where it's like, it looks like it's out of Photoshop and they just like faded the edges, but there's like the hard lines like here and here. I don't know. Looks a bit weird. Oh well. Just a random thing that just kind of crossed my mind as I was like looking at it. Not a terrible comic today though. More scarce at least. That's true. Oh, you got the rare? Yeah, I heard about that. You got the rare. That's awesome. Dude, I did watch, actually I was just working out. I finished a little while ago, but I was kind of shooting the shit with my roommate. And I watched the interview with My Collectibles and Danny DeBull. Jesus, kind of skipped my mind. Danny DeBull. That was really interesting. I think My Collectibles, you were definitely talking about because Vivi essentially has Because Vivi essentially has like two levers, right? Or two knobs. There's the price and there's the mint. They have these two knobs that they're kind of playing with a lot of the collectibles and comics. And so as of right now, I mean, we can even just like look. We'll look at it in a second here, but there's a lot of collectibles that are like not selling out in the store, probably too high priced, you know, all kinds of stuff. So I do think hopefully Vivi kind of revisits that. Me personally, I think it's just these contracts have been worked up a long time ago. Maybe Marvel or Disney or whoever needs to make a certain amount of profit on these drops per drop. Like who knows, right? I would imagine a lot of it's profitable because it's digital, right? There's not a whole lot of overhead involved with these things, but at the same time, I do think part of it is that these contracts were just mocked up a year, 2 years ago, who knows, 6 months ago, right? Even things looked a little bit different 6 months ago, not much, but that's my thing. I think a big part of it is, long story short, we don't have enough people on the app and we don't have enough money on the app circulating, right? Back in the day during the bull run, everything was profitable because you could pretty much buy anything. There was so much money circulating and so much hype and so many people buying in the app that I remember back in the day refreshing you guys know when you go on the market, right? And whether on the desktop or the app, you can like refresh the page and you would get new collectibles or new comics show up, you know, basically people, because every time someone lists something, it shows up right at the top as a new listing. Back then you could refresh the page and you would get 6 or 7 new things pretty much every 5 seconds. Like people are constantly listing stuff, buying, selling, all kinds of stuff. Now I refresh it. Sometimes I'll refresh the page for 2 minutes and nothing will show up. Usually under comics, sometimes collectibles, but it's just a bit slow right now. So I think part of it is, if you compare the mint numbers to what Vivi did 2 years ago, yeah, these mint numbers are insanely low. But I think it's just because we're in the bear of a bear market, and it's just really, really bad. But that's my thoughts on it. Long story short. We have time before New York to rest. Very true. Yep, I'm gonna be doing an overnight flight as well. I'm gonna be flying out of Phoenix at about 10:30, 11, and then landing at about 6:30 a.m. It's just crazy how, you know, it's like an 8-hour difference because I'm going from west to east, that it's like, oh, it's a 4.5 hour flight, but like it's 8 hours later almost for the most part. So Jimbo Lee Lingo is the best. Yes, sir. Good to see a Vivi vibes. Wait, I think my collectibles is talking about the the Marvel drop, not the Iron Man Funko Pop. Yeah, I wasn't talking about the Iron Man Funko one either. Yeah, like the Labu tin or whatever, like whatever. Let's see if I can find it. I thought someone was... Who's the person that always finds this stuff online? Ooh. Who's the person that like put out the tweet about it? I always struggle to find these old tweets that people put out, and I feel like unless I like or follow like literally everything, like I can never find these like old tweets again. Is there one that Vivi dropped, like an info about the drop itself? Or is it ecomi wiki? Yeah, it's the clothing one. Like there's like, it's like $2,000 for a pair of shoes, and then you get a Vivi collectible in it. Long story short, it's going to depend on when you actually get the digital collectible delivered to you, right? The code. If you get it on purchase, I could see a lot of people just buying it and then like returning it. Or if you have to wait to get the physical and then open it and like look at the redemption code, maybe that's another thing. Either way, I can actually see quite a few people buying it and like returning it right away. Like there's just $2,500 or $2,000 for a pair of shoes or whatever else is involved. I don't know all these specifics. Did ecomi or Vivi, have they tweeted about it, or is this all like third hand kind of like reporting from, I keep forgetting his name. He's the one that's been kind of reporting on all this stuff. I don't remember off the top of my head what his name is. Sergio, right? Or Sergey or Sergio or something like that. I forgot his name. Something starts with an S, I believe. He's the one that's like really up to date with all the alpha and like all the new drop info. Yep. Good vibes, everyone. Yes, sir. I want a scarce comic drop again, like ASM 252. Yeah, I would like to see, like, I want to see X-Men #1 be at least 7,500 mints. That's what I want. At least 7,500 mints. Pretty much the same thing as Giant Size, right? Giant Size X-Men is 7,500 mints. That's what I want X-Men 1 to be. I would imagine they'll probably make it 10,000 mints, 20 gems. That's the standard so far, but for example, if you get the Iron Man Funko, if you send it in for grading without opening the manufacturing box, it was mailed in, it gets the uncirculated tag. Okay. I don't know what that means, uncirculated. So it was just never touched, or it was just never like it was just never in the public's hands. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with those like tags and stuff like that. I think I will end up actually buying 2. I know it's kind of pricey, but it has a lot of firsts in like the Funko community as well as Vivi. Plus, I'll probably put them right here. You know, probably put them in the background, hanging out. At least one of the 2, or maybe both of them. We'll see. It's gonna really depend on kind of how it plays out. I was able to get the button for the. Christian. I don't know how to pronounce that last. I'm just gonna say Christian L. Marvel drop to appear after finagling with the page for a while. Still no word on who was selected. Supposed to be by email. Really? So you click the buy button? Were you able to buy it, or? How was downtown Phoenix? When we moved downtown, wasn't looking too good. I'm not in downtown Phoenix. I'm in Scottsdale. So to be honest, since I've lived here for 5 years, I think I've been in downtown Phoenix about 4 or 5 times. I might have driven through there a couple more times, but like actually going to a place, or actually like going there with the intention of going to downtown Phoenix, I've only gone like 4 or 5 times. I know there's a lot of fun places there and stuff, but yeah, I don't see this drop appearing. Whatever that is. The Christian L thing. Austin, what's up, dude? Nice to see you. Streaming again? Yep. I feel like I've been kind of picking up the streaming more recently. This last week, I've been busy with visiting Vegas and all that stuff. Joey, what's the cost? If you're talking about the Iron Man Funko Pop, they're 150 each, 2 per account, or 2 max per account. If we're talking, dude, if someone can link me that tweet or that post that's talking about it, I cannot find it for the life of me. Maybe if I type it in, Christian. I'm gonna type in the name. Did they ever tweet it out? Did anyone at them? I'm still like kind of figuring out how to like navigate Twitter. Like I'm trying to find like these tweets. I cannot find them for the life of me. Notifications. Let me see here. Who was it? Actually, someone did send me a text message with the person that tweeted it out. Is this it? No. Sergio collects. I think that's the tweet. Sergio collects. I don't think I need to follow him. Okay, I thought I followed him, but maybe not. I'm gonna follow and hit the notification bell for him. He always seems to drop like a lot of good alpha and just like really heads up with a lot of stuff in the Vivi community. Yeah, this is it right here. Let me show it right here. Actually, let me zoom in so you guys can actually see what's going on. Okay, a bit further. Yeah, here it is. Eligible items. So these are some, if you buy these items apparently in this shop, eligible items start out at $590 for a mighty, is it Laubi cap? I don't know, it's probably French and I don't know how to pronounce it. The most expensive eligible item is a pair of Cosmic Alta boot which is retail for $4,000. Here's the post. There's the post if you guys want to check it out. This is the post that says, this just in, free Marvel digital collectible for purchasing this item. You will get free officially licensed digital collectible after purchase. So yeah, it's basically spend, you know, anywhere between $500 to $3,000, $4,000 for a digital collectible. This is what I was talking about, where you can get these like cool looking like Sea Warrior boots or something like that. What I think is going to happen for a lot of people is that, like I said, it's going to entirely depend on when you actually get the promo code. Do you get it at the time of purchase? You click buy and it immediately gives you one. Do you have to wait for the delivery and then it's like maybe in the box? They do have like a return policy within 30 days, as long as like the item is like completely undamaged and stuff like that. So we'll see. This is kind of what I was talking about a bit earlier. Nano, yep. I bought a pair of shoes for the NFT. I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah, please do. Hey, Shawnee, hope you're feeling better. The cheapest thing you could buy is $600. Is it the shoes? I thought it was the hat. The hat is like $600. Definitely feeling better. That's good. They definitely will burn them if people try to return them, in my opinion, or restrict accounts. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't say if to keep them, right? It just says if you purchase it. I have no idea. But it is a good way to kind of narrow it down, right? Unless Vivi kind of makes it an official announcement or something like that. I don't know. We were able to manipulate the website for the Christian. Okay. During Skin Bones podcast today, I don't think you need to buy anything like shoes to get the Vivi drop code. What do you mean, like manipulate the website? Like kind of just, yeah, let's go to the picture. No link, huh? Okay, that's the recent tweet. I thought there was a link somewhere in this tweet. Maybe not. Yeah, I thought there was a link. Yeah, and see, this is the stuff like Sergio's really good at like finding information before Vivi even like announces it. So I thought there was a link to like the actual listings or the actual items themselves. Oh well, I mean, check out the website. You guys have the link for the tweet and all that stuff. MC should join your show. I could. He said he's gonna watch Ahsoka. So it's not set up with Streamlabs. Honestly, it is beyond a pain in the ass to try and add someone to my live streams unless I'm doing StreamYard, which is why everyone does StreamYard. I do like the customization of using OBS. At some point I might loosen up, or maybe I'll start doing more streams with StreamYard, but I'm gonna have to pay for like a premium version of StreamYard if I am going to have guests on like frequently, or if I'm going to be doing that more often. But yeah. You live in AZ your whole life? No, D'Angelo. I actually lived in NorCal for about 25 years, 25, 26 years. And then I moved out here about 5 years ago. So you can kind of do the math. No, I was 27. Yeah, first 27 years. And I've been here for, I can't wait to watch Ahsoka. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I actually haven't watched the last 2 episodes. So the one that dropped today and last week, I haven't watched those yet. I've been watching a lot of The Expanse. So I've been watching a ton of that recently. It's actually a show I watched like 4 or 5 years ago, and it just kind of dropped because it kind of got boring. The first season, I will admit, is pretty slow, but it does kind of set the stage for everything in the future seasons. So I really enjoyed that show. Like I love sci-fi shows. I like all that stuff, but Nike announced IRL products for people who own and open at least one of their NFTs today. The first IRL shoe is called Tina J. This is not a JPEG. No soft brains. No, sir. I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't know about the like other NFT and like Nike projects and all that stuff. So maybe I'll go for those occasionally, but not too often. There's just like way too many projects and like random stuff going on to kind of care and find all that stuff. That is a major IRL flex piece. The hat, yeah, right. I have a feeling someone's going to show up at New York Comic Con like with that hat or like with those shoes or something like that, just to flex on everyone. Probably the hat. All right. Let's see what Grey Hulk is doing. That's the question of the day, right? Oof, 54 gems. Dude, this thing has pulled back. I don't know what the bottom of this thing is. Do you guys think the fact that it's not FA is like just, and the fact that the mint numbers are almost identical? I'm not even sure if all these mints actually got realized, but it's just showing the same amount of mints for the Planet Hulk, because that's potentially how many could have existed. Not too sure. All right. I think part of it is because he's just not FA, and like the animation, all that stuff looks cool. I still have mine. I did lose quite a few gems going after this Hulk airdrop, like I mentioned in my little market update video, and I think I accidentally said 260 gems, but yeah, like right now you can buy the entire Hulk set for 160 gems, when before people were buying Planet Hulks or Red Hulks for over 160 gems, like by themselves. So Nike prices on shoes are insane, especially Nike SBS or Travis Scott's. I've never been a big shoe guy. Nothing against the people that are, but like I couldn't tell you the difference between this Nike, I like this Nike and that Nike, or these shoes, or people bring up certain topics. Like I'm not a big car guy, never really cared about shoes, never a big hat guy. I mean, I've worn hats and stuff like that, but some people are just, you know, I know the whole sneakerhead community is kind of a big thing. And so, and same thing with sports. Like I always liked sports and stuff growing up. But I've never gone out of my way to buy like a bunch of sports memorabilia and like a jersey and a hat and this and that. Like never really gone out of my way to do all that stuff, which is why I kind of like Vivi. I feel like Vivi is our nice little like nerdy corner that's kind of like a secret to everyone. But I do know in order for like Vivi to like really grow and expand, we are going to have to get a lot of the like, kind of like the sports normies on board with the idea with digital collectibles and all that stuff, and maybe even the sneakerheads and all those guys too. But people talked a lot about like not so much artists, but like musicians and stuff like that. Like it's kind of hard for me to kind of conceptualize like the idea of like music. But then again, if there are people that are fans of music, right? I mean, can't you just get music for free for the most part? Or I don't know. That's perfect. Then easier to sell stuff you don't like. Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. All right, Froey Coleman says, love you, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Dude, I really appreciate that. I'm sure the notification, I don't know why the notification sometimes is like super delayed. Hopefully it comes through though. I've been trying to buy stuff. There it goes. Of course. Froey Coleman, thank you so much for the $10, dude. I really, really appreciate it. I've been trying to buy stuff I like and don't like, but know it has value. Yeah, there's a point there, right? There's some things that people, I've done that before where I bought stuff I just don't really care for, but I know is going to sell well. And honestly, those are the things I've done the best in, because I have zero emotional ties or kind of involvement, right, with those investments. I'm trying to remember a time that I did that. I've done it a few times, but it hasn't been recent because just the market's just been so red recently. Trying to think of the last time I've done that. I'm sure if I go through the whole like store collection or like through the drops far enough back, I was like, oh yeah, I remember buying quite a few of these and I just flipped them all because I knew they were going to be popular. I can't think of any like off the top of my head. You know what? Actually, this is a collectible I do want to check out before I forget. Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. I do think people are sleeping on. I think it could go a bit lower, but I do think people are sleeping on this one. Dude, when you really think about it, we have Superman. We have first appearance Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and Flash, all first on the blockchain, at least in my opinion. Me personally, I don't consider HRO like first in the blockchain. Maybe in like print form, but if we're talking like 3D digital collectibles, I would give that to Vivi personally. Not that it super matters, but yeah, I mean, we essentially have the whole Justice League in addition to Darkseid. Like that's kind of a big deal. Did you see Elon's Halloween costume tweet today? Hilarious. I did not actually. Let me see. I thought I followed Elon Musk. Maybe not. For his costume. "30-minute phone call blows up entire day. Could have been a 15-minute call. Could have." I like it. Incoming call. Yeah, that is terrifying. I was lucky enough to get Hal Jordan Legendary on DC Comics. That's awesome. I did get the. I'm just glad I got the Flash SR. So that's awesome that you got the SR Hal Jordan one. I think I ended up getting like an uncommon for the Hal Jordan on drop. Me personally on DC, but I'm just glad I got the secret rare for the what's it called? For the Flash, like actual first appearance Flash. Maybe. Still waiting for my first legendary on DC. Man, that's rough. I've gotten 2, I think, so far. I think I've just gotten 2 so far. Watched the Ron English SR sell from 60 gems. Was impossible to know it was going to be as high as it did. Could have bought about 12 at that price. Oh well, there will be more opportunities. Yeah, there's always more opportunities, and it's really hard to determine like what things are gonna pump, especially if you're like busy like me or people that actually like work and stuff like that. It seems like when these things pump, it always just seems like it's. Of course, there's speculation, right? Ron English talked about Delusionville, and hey, you could maybe get some extra stuff. He said some kind of like semi-obscure like one-liner about the SR, right? There could be additional stuff. And there's a lot of people in like spaces that do like, you know, hype groups and all that stuff. Oh, this is going to be big, and you know, we should all buy it. And like, dude, what about Delusionville? If you get this, maybe if you get airdropped, and you know, they hype it. So, you know, and usually that happens when I'm at work or whatever's going on. So I kind of miss out on the train of all that stuff. So who knows? It could keep running up. It could pull. I do think these will all pull back after the event, or maybe the day of the event, or whatever, right? I feel like at the time the event comes, everyone that needs one's already bought it, right? So not too sure on these. I think they look cool. I might end up buying a rare, right? I mean, it's already pulled back to 20. This thing was like 30 gems, I think, like this morning, and it's already pulled back about 20% so far. You'll get one, MC. Hope so. Action Comics #1. Dude, imagine getting an SR Action Comics #1. Or not a secret rare, technically a legendary. And they actually only do like 4,000 mints or like 3,000 mints. I really hope they don't do like Action Comics with like 10,000 mints or something crazy. Even 5,000 mints for that platform is a little high. Ideally, they do like 3,000, right? Something like that. It would be awesome to get a legendary. I really think that would actually temporarily pump the entire market. Just so much liquidity would get poured into the app to buy the comic. 1,000 mint, land the legendary, so you're like one of like 50 people that actually owns the legendary. That would be pretty insane. and there's only like 9 on the market. That'd be insane. For sure. Yes, sir. All right. All right, let's take a look at the market. Like what's up and what's down right now. Yeah, even if we look just right here, let's see if I can zoom in here. Of course not. It's actually zooming out. Zooming out more the more I zoom in. This mogul grin black tie, yeah, like I said, this was at 28, 29 gems earlier today. It's already pulled back. Yeah, the rare is down 10%. The ultra rare is down 26%. I think it's even lower than this. I could have sworn it was in the like low 30s, not low 30s, but like high 30s. And then the SR is down to 45. That's only dropped 7%. I didn't mean to do release date. Let's do the 24-hour trend. So what's down a lot? Thena is down a lot. Down 11 gems. I'm not sure if there's just like one person just massively undercutting. More stamps. Yeah, the grin. Yeah, this grin, the ultra rare grin pulled back a lot because it's in that awkward middle stage, right? Where it's not the cheapest thing and not the most scarce, but also, you know, it's not the SR. So it's kind of in that awkward middle ground. The Starlight can is down to 3.3 gems. I do think this is somewhat of a sleeper on the, for like the Vivi verse, right? You can just basically have this swirling around something because that animation with the swirling below the can is really, really cool. I thought what you could do is you could have the swirl effect, like put the can upside down. So it's like in the ground, but you still have the swirl effect, like on the ground, like visible. For 3 gems, like, I mean, this is kind of what I mean, right? Like even if Vivi, I remember people were talking about Vivi needs to add more stuff to their IP or just have Vivi licensed stuff on the app. Even if they just do specific like swirl effects or animations or whatever, that would go really well with other things. Like imagine if Vivi just sold a smoke effect that just kind of floated around, right? Or you could turn up the intensity, or you can make it more, you know, bigger or smaller. If they just sold that for 5 gems, just so you could use it, just so that you could use it for, am I still live? Okay. Yeah. My collectible said almost rugged. Is it me? I think so. If Vivi just sold things that look cool with other collectibles, or almost like effects and environments and different things like that, I really think people would buy it. I think Action Comics 1 and Captain America would be amazing if they were both 1,000 mints. Yeah, we'll see. Those are 2 very different platforms. Obviously, DC has the scarcest mints. I mean, they have, you know, 3,000 mint Superman #1, and even some of the more recent comics where it's like 5,000 mints. That's still really, really low on Veve. It's just obviously their community is just much smaller, and they're just newer, right, to the space than Veve is. So I think 1,000 mints for Captain America, I would like to at least have a chance. So I think 1,000's a bit too low. I think like 2,500 would be a fun mint, or like fun amount. If they go for scarcity, I think 1,000 is still too low, but doing 2,500, so there's only like, you know, 50 secret rares. I think that'd be so cool. All right, let's go back and see what else is absolutely crashing right now. Black Panther. I actually like this Black Panther a lot. I really like this like action pose that he has. I'm not sure why people are kind of dumping on it. Maybe it's just because it's the uncommon. Raptors are down pretty low too. Berlina, more Marvel Mighties. Wow. God, dude, Captain Carter. I remember she was actually pretty expensive, maybe because she was a con exclusive, but now she's just as much as like Gilgamesh and some of these other like Marvel Mighties. Bigfoot down to 5 gems. It's pretty adorable looking. We'll do one more page and just see what else is going down in price. Miles down by 16% just because it's so expensive. All it takes is one person to undercut to severely undercut the price. I do like the T-Rex. Like dude, these little like effects, or these little like collectibles that are like, you know, 3, 4, 5 gems. I think those are a lot of fun. I might have to grab. I only have 1 T-Rex. I might have to grab another one. I have the common, not the uncommon. Uprising. I've always liked this poster. Wow, is that a listing? No, there's no way. I feel like whatever that was, that's already been sniped right away. I'm like, there's no way it's that cheap. Is it still that low? I think it's just a single person that put it for super cheap. No, it is that cheap. I'm gonna buy one, honestly. I've been trying to buy one of these for like a long time. I've always liked that that poster. The fact that it's at 12 gems right now is kind of crazy. I've always actually liked this poster. I bought a poster. Like 12 gems. I'm like, that's so low. It says down 33 gems. That can't be right. Maybe it is. Maybe a bunch of people listed a bunch of those for super cheap. What else? This is why I actually check the market occasionally, because I would have never thought about the uprising poster unless I looked at it right now, right on the marketplace. There's just too many. There's just so many collectibles on the app right now. It's really hard to kind of like gauge what's going on, right? Or to find like good deals. I really wish there was a button here. I wish there was a button around here that just says all-time low, because even like Catwoman, right? Catwoman, it says right here, all-time low. It's down to 13. It's down to 14 gems. I'm not gonna buy this one, but I'm just kind of curious. I still need to buy a Catwoman. Yeah, there's a healthy wall at 14. This is not snipe worthy. There's a 5-digit mint. Those are kind of scarce. It's kind of funny whenever there's like a drop with like low 5-digit mints. It's kind of funny how sometimes the 5 digits are more scarce than like even like the, I wouldn't say the triple digits, but definitely more scarce than the 4 digits. So I'm so bullish on Lambos and Vivi, the Vivi verse. I like the Lambos. There's a lot of them right now. I still don't own a Lambo. I do want to buy one. This one's actually my favorite. If I had to buy one, this one's actually my favorite, surprisingly. I just love this this kind of like maroon color. If I can go here. Yeah, I just really like the look of this like maroon color. So if I like had to buy one, I would buy that one, but odds are I'll probably just end up buying the cheapest Lambo on the market. Which one is it? So we can just check right here. Actually, let's look at a couple more things, then we'll look at Lambos. This one's pretty darn cheap. Maybe it's this one. I cannot pronounce these. Huracan. I don't know. I don't even know it. The STO. I'm just going to call it the STO. The uncommon. That one's down to 30 gems right now. I could have sworn there was another one that was cheaper. But yeah, this one is pretty darn cheap right now. Flash at 21 gems. I remember buying mine for 30, I think, or like 29. I thought that was a good deal. But again, all-time low. First appearance of Flash. Of course, it's kind of cringe that Superman's right there with him. But for 21 gems... Yep. Yeah, let's actually look at Flash really quick. See if that floor is super thin, or if it's like actually like people just keep undercutting each other. Yeah, yeah. There's kind of one undercut here, but there's a very solid wall between. It's pretty much at 24 gems. You couldn't snipe that many at the 60 gem range for the SR Mogul. I tried like crazy. Only know one person to get one at 62 gems. I sniped at 75. Still all great prices. I need the new white Lambo. Let's take a look at that one. The new one, huh? Oh, this one. I'm just gonna call him by the number. LP 670. That's okay. That's a very cool looking one. But what's the price on it? 50. Okay, that's not much more. That is a really cool looking one. I'll probably just wait. Like if this thing gets below like if this thing gets to like 30 or like below 35, I could see it. That's really cheap, or really cool, I should say. None of this is financial advice, folks. Picked up the legendary Todd comic cover for 170. Super low mints, one of the greatest covers. Hopefully can hang it in the Vivi verse behind my FA Todd. That would be really sick. I still don't own a Todd. I have noticed the prices on it have gone down just a little bit. Let's just finish out this page. Okay, there's nothing else interesting on here. Actually, let's do Lambos before I forget. Lambos, what's the cheapest one right now? Do floor price, not 24-hour trend. Yeah, right now the cheapest one, these are all pretty darn close. These are all below 30. So the orange one, blue, purple, and this one. These are pretty much all below 30. So 25, 28, 30, 30. Yeah, this was the first SR Lambo. Still holding its value relatively well. That 545 gems. Yeah, this is the white one that my collectibles is talking about. Yeah, this was like a good, you know, middle road price for these if you're looking for Lambos. Black does look really, really cool though. I just, no. Wait, why does this say this is going for 125? I think the pricing on this is messed up. It says this one's going for 125, but that's not the case. We just looked at it. It said it was going for less, right? Wait, did I even look at the price on that one? I don't think I did. Give me a sec. I think I just looked at the okay, maybe it is going for 125. Okay, maybe I should just go for the white one. All right, yeah, this is 125. I do like this one a lot. It's just, I mean, a Lambo's a Lambo, right? As ignorantly as I said as possible. All right, let me catch up with chat. I'm kind of behind. Nice buy. I saw that uprising earlier. One of my favorite as well. I do like that one a lot. Haven't used that website. Looks cool. Dude, my collectibles, please use my NFT tracker. You got to. Dude, let me show you something cool. Look at this. If you're, I know you're just AF15 hunting. Let's be real. But let's say you're looking for comics that are rare below 6 gems. You can see them all right here immediately. And the prices are actually relatively up to date. You just saw me kind of snipe that one thing. I feel like these update every couple hours. Maybe it's a few times a day. I don't know the exact time frame when these update, but you can see the cheapest. Like right now, we actually have some rare covers going for 4 gems or less right now, which is crazy. Right now, we're talking 2 gems per MCP point. I remember back in the day getting like 5 gems per MCP point was like a good deal. Like I remember people were like scooping up rare comics for 10 gems. Then it kind of went down to 8, then 7, then 5, and now it's down to 4. So it's like there's still a lot of yeah, there's a lot of rare comics. There's actually a ton below 5 right now. At least if you're kind of just MCP hunting and you know you're kind of on a budget, this is not a bad way to do it. Or if you're looking at secret rares, you can just flip the floor price. Yeah, like this one, Tarzan of the Apes, under 20 gems. You know, it's kind of hard to see right there with my little thingy. Under 20 gems. I feel like as I try to zoom in more, ooh, you know what? That's too close. This help? Is this easier to see for you guys? Let me know if this is like easier to see. I feel like sometimes this whole thing is like zoomed out too far sometimes. I think this is actually okay looking. Yeah, 20 gems for Tarzan the Apes Secret Rare. Then this one's going for 22, 22, 23. Obi-Wan's going for 23. So you can just like look at any comics price ranges. You can organize it by 24-hour trend, market listings, remaining in store, all that kind of fun stuff. Is that site, is that a pay site that we're looking at now? Meow? No, it's not. It's completely free. I'm not even logged in. I should probably create an account, but no, this is completely free. I'll link it in the chat for you guys. I think it's just, let me see here actually. Just my NFT tracker. Let me see. There you go. This is the website I'm using. And you guys should use it too. Called my NFT tracker. Completely free. I'm assuming there's probably some additional benefits for paying or whatever. And I think there's other things you could do too, like add a vault value, like a live vault value up-to-date thing or whatever. But looking at these prices give me a headache after buying so much more. Yep, that's you and literally 99% of the other VV community. I feel you did. The swirl effect on the season 2 Pilly Fantasy characters look amazing as well, and a certain verse, just like the coat can. I remember, yeah, we talked about that last time. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out the, we'll do it really quickly because I'm still behind on chat. Whoop. It's these ones, yeah. We'll do green this time. I apologize, guys. This is gonna flashbang you, so I don't know why every time I click on like view collectible, it just turns to an incredibly white screen. Yeah, dude, look at the swirl effect. Yeah, if you look at it from top down, it's actually pretty cool. At first, I thought it was kind of weird that it's like a very 2D plane on that, and actually kind of disappears from underneath. But yeah, this is a very cool swirl effect. Now imagine, not just this size, but imagine blowing it up, and now there's a swirl effect, right? You can actually have the collectible like maybe just outside your house, so there's a swirl effect like coming out of the wall, and you get multiples, and now there's multiple swirl effects and stuff going on. There's so much stuff that you can do with this stuff. So, I mean, how much is this going for? What is it going for in the market? Oh, it just says view details. Let's look at the market. 23 gems. Interesting. Dude, there's very few of these in the market. Eight here, 13. Dude, these are all like low single digits. Or not single digits, sorry, low double digits. Yeah, at least the ones with like the swirl effects or the actual effects, there's not many of them. Let's look at the red. There's 15 in the market, 18 gems. This one looks cool too. Again, sorry for the flashbang, but we'll do this. There is an all-time low button. Yeah, I did see that. Oh, there is? All right, well, this is... Okay, it's not letting me switch, but okay. Let's go. There's the red. That one looks cool. There's red, green, purple, and gold, I think, or like orange. Yeah, that one does look really cool. So if ecomi is saying these look good, then, you know, not financial advice, but just buy every single one on the market and flip it when the Viviverse comes out. It's kind of what we're saying. Is there an all-time low button? Oh, difference to, oh, it says difference to all-time low. All-time low, all-time low. It says difference to all-time low. Maybe I'm missing something. Difference to all-time high. I think it's just comparing to see from its all-time low, is it up or down? And I don't think this, not sure if this feature is active. Okay, maybe it is actually. Yeah, I'm not too sure how to read these exactly. All right, let's look at common comics. 24-hour trend. Click the filter and sort by difference from all-time low, then click the triangle thingy. All-time low. Triangle thingy. I'm assuming this thing to the right? I'm assuming this. Could be wrong. Little down arrow. The dream is over. It's always it. The dream never started. We're still asleep. We never woke up. What do you think of AF15 common right now? I mean, I bought mine for 300, so they're doing right now in the market. What is it? It's still at 250. That last time I saw it, yeah, it's 250 right now. I mean, do what you want. I have a feeling it could still pull back a bit. There's just not enough buying pressure for. It's still the absolute best comic on the app, but I bought mine for 300. I don't have any regrets about that. It's still the best comic on the app, but yeah, it's starting to go down just a little bit. I know my collectibles has a lot of them right now, so it's, yeah, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that's essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before it gets up to 300. Essentially, I'm calling 295 essentially 300. So yeah, the floors have always been pretty thin here, and I've noticed a few times where it goes down to 250, it kind of pulls up to 300 again pretty quickly, either due to people actually buying it or maybe they delist it. Not too sure, but yeah, I mean, so far it's been teasing between that like 250 to 300 range, I would say, for the better part of about a month and a half now. Superstar money, what's the site? Pay site? Cheers. No, the one I was just using is not pay. 250 is killer, jumps up quick. Yeah, been waiting on the white Lambo drop for a while. Yes sir. Vivi Virgin, what's up, dude? Going to buy Peely, thanks fro. Yeah. Voltron 1 battle mode, what about it? Actually, let's just go here. Let's just go in the app. You just kind of want my opinion on it in general, or what's it been doing? Battle mode. Ultra rare. I think I actually won this one on the drop. 32 gems. Oh, that's pretty cool. I think I won this one on the drop a long time ago, and I think I ended up flipping it, making really good profit on it. Because you know, Voltron is not a huge. I grew up like watching like Beast Wars and stuff. Didn't watch Transformers. Didn't watch Voltron. So when I landed this on the drop, I'm like, looks cool. But I feel like I should sell it. I remember selling it for like insane profit. This was of course during like the bull run and all the insane stuff that was happening back then. So Joe, not financial advice. Yes, sir. It's always financial advice. You had a vibes triangle on the way, on the other way. They show all-time lows with the difference 0. Okay, I think I see what you mean. Gotcha. Simba and FA Dazzler moved up today. Yeah, dude, I think it's because there was a couple of there was like a whale that bought like number 41 Simba, and then maybe they bought a few more, but I think there was a pump because of a whale. And then FA Dazzler, that's mostly because Sleep and Comics mentioned it in a YouTube video about a day and a half ago. I think I brought it up in my morning market video, that Dazzler and look at the comics. It was Dazzler and yeah, these pulled back a lot apparently, but Star-Lord and Dazzler were the ones that pumped up quite a bit. Like Star-Lord pumped up to like, I don't know, 7 gems or something like that, and it's pulling back. And then Dazzler was another one. Bought my last one at 250 as well. Hope it goes lower. Yep. Let's hope it goes lower. Easier to stack. Whoops. Amazing Spider-Man number 4. FA Silk Rare is the best black and white cover. Really? Never thought about it. Can I just do number 4, and is that good enough? Will this give me something? Okay, maybe. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 4. Which cover is that? Is it this one? Spider-Man number 4? No, this one doesn't seem right. Do I have to type it out? Is it Amazing Spider-Man number 4? FA Silk? It's FA Sandman. That's what it shows here. I'm not sure which one is I forgot which one's first appearance Silk. I don't know. Vader is down. Thought it would keep around 400. Where's Vader at right now? Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's pulling back pretty hard. There is a lot of mints on this thing. I think people kind of forget this thing is. I have to refresh the page so I can actually scroll down. This thing's got 6,000 mints. It is on the higher end, and there's a lot of the common and uncommon that kind of take up the liquidity, right? Because I do think like typically sometimes with things with a lot of variations, like there's like a common, uncommon, and ultra rare. People that are still Vader fans, they're like, all right, I'll just buy the common. That's good enough for me. I don't need the ultra rare, or if I land it, cool. But because of that, I do think like the fandom or people that like Vader, like that liquidity is spread out across 3 different collectibles rather than it all being on one, right? Same thing with like Boba Fett or some of the other ones where it's like, hey, if you're a fan of this collectible, like, hey, you need to cough up the money to actually own it, and that makes it people more likely to hold it potentially. But with Vader and Boba Fett, some of the other ones, like the fact that there's like 2 cheaper options and the most expensive, people are going to buy those, and then I don't know. Who knows? That's just kind of a random theory. Delco, dude, what's up, dude? There are only 76 Star-Lord comics listed. Star-Lord. That's the Marvel preview something. That is this one. Yeah, 77 comics listed. That's pretty darn cheap. Same thing with Marvel preview number 7. This one's first appearance of Rocket Raccoon. There's only 66 comics of this listed, at least if I saw that correctly. Yeah, this one's super cheap. Not super cheap, but just like, yeah, the price on this runs up pretty quick. I really hope, dude, Vivi needs to start burning these damn comics. Not Vivi, but Marvel. Technically it's Marvel's deal. They haven't burned any comics since I think February of this year. So it's been like, what, 8 months at this point since they burned comics. It made it seem like they were going to do it every other month, because that was kind of the general trend from like December to February. Both of those months they actually burned comics and collectibles. But yeah, this time around they haven't burned any comics since then. What's the lamp doing right now? Anyone want to check out the pencils? Actually, let's just check out the pencils here. It's actually faster. Pencils, what are they doing? Yep, still down. 17, 17, 14, 44. Dude, I really think this desk thing is... I'm not trying to fight anything, but the fact now that you can get what for... So that's 35 gems. Just call that 50. Yeah, so for 94 gems, essentially, you can get four pencils. The Aladdin ones are going to get delivered here in the next like 2 weeks. They'll probably go for 20 gems, 15 to 20 gems. So as of right now, it seems like if you wanted to buy the desk, you can get it for about 110 gems. You know, I really don't think the desk is going to go. The desk could go higher. But I feel like this is just going to be Hulk 2.0. You know, people bought these pencils, and like I could see Wreck-It Ralph's like pulling like way back down. Who knows? Just my speculation. Again, not trying to find anything. If you like the desk, if you love Disney, if you like drawing and all that shit, buy it, enjoy it. But for me, I don't have unlimited money to throw at Vivi, and I'm not a huge... I like Disney. I'm not obsessed with it nearly as much as like X-Men or Wolverine or anything like that. So I caught an FA Vulture comic on auction the other day for 161, and I've seen AF-15 on auction go for 55 the same day. That is nuts, Charles. I do know and I need to do it again because I actually did have it at one point, and then I lost it because my account got freaking scammed on a MetaMask. But if you do have VMate, and you have 200 Omi in your MetaMask, and you like connect your MetaMask to this, you can actually find upcoming auctions, which I need to do that. I might actually do that tonight. You can actually see like upcoming auctions for comics, because comics are the hardest thing to find auctions for, because there's literally hundreds of comics. The only way you can find an auction is by individually clicking on the comic, clicking on the market, right? Like, let's go. I'll just type in Marvel and just see which comics come up towards the top. All right, we'll do this one, Tales of Suspense. If you're trying to find like a comic that's trying to auction soon, well, I mean, first off, let's do this. So you go to the market. Dude, why is it not letting me scroll down? There we go. So there's comics, trending comics, complete your sets. Huh. I think it's different. I do know on the phone app, there is a little section that says like auctions ending soon or something like that. And it's just collectibles, no comics at all. But for here, so let's just grab this. Uncanny X-Men. This is the whole Days of Future Past storyline. Like, if you want to find, like, trying to get, like, a good deal or snipe a comic, like, you have to click on each and every one of these. Click on the comic. Click on status, fixed price, and then auctions. And do that for literally every single comic and every single rarity. Like, you're never going to find that. It just takes way too long. That force choke animation is timeless. I need to buy back You Are Vader. It's cheap now, Bioshock. It's cheap. And if you wait a bit longer, it could maybe even get cheaper. I'm waiting for the desk. I got a furniture fetish. All right. I'm not here to judge. Jeff. You know, I'm not going to judge you if you sit on your bar stools upside down. Or put the bar stool upside down. I don't judge you. If the desk is just a desk, not worth it. But if it does something, it's kind of got my interest right now. Same. Unless, I will say this, unless there is an absurd utility or animation or something insane where it's like, hey, you could put any Marvel collectible next to it and it's going to draw it, or Disney collectible or something like that, and it does some like crazy animation. It's like interactive with like dozens of collectibles or maybe even future collectibles, then sure, I think it's well worth it. But if you just tap it and it does just a normal scripted animation, plays a little bit of music and it draws Lion King, that's cool. But I feel like that can kind of get old kind of fast. That's just me personally in like the Vivi verse. Again, that's just my take on it. I'm sure there's people out there that are obsessed with Disney and want the desk and it means so much more to them and their artists and all that stuff. I know like Kid Arcade has like a lot of those like artist type desks at his like family's place. And so like it probably means something more to him than it does to me, right? Thanks for the info. I will try VMate soon. Yeah, VMate's a good one too. Check out VMate. Watch it animate the golden moments or something. Let's hope so. At least, dude, it's got to do something. And the fact that like Vivi has been you know, kind of dragging that out for a while. I really hope the animation's good. Like I'm not, you know, just because I'm not buying into it right now, it doesn't mean like I want it to do bad. It's like, oh, I'm not buying into it, I want it to do bad. It's more like I really hope it's good. Like I almost kind of want to regret not buying it, or at least like, okay, now I'm gonna FOMO into it because the animation or whatever is so good. That's what I hope. Like I'm never one to be like, I hope this drop does terrible, because I don't care. My collectibles is join the Vibe Tribe. Thank you so much. And again, Execu Speak, dude, thank you so much for... Why is it not showing up? Oh, there it is. Let's get it. And dude, thank you so much for the membership again for 19 months, dude. I need to actually start doing some stuff with the channel and rewarding members like Execu Speak that have been here for a long time. I don't know. Maybe I'll brainstorm with MC while I'm in New York Comic Con for some ideas. He does a great job. I'm not an artist. I don't make NFTs, but I'm sure I can figure out something. Yep, and then there's my collectibles. Also 19 months. Holy moly. Common Gang. Bang bang. What's up, dude? Vivi Virgin. Let's go, dude. Yeah. Dude, people seem to like those emotes. I need to get rid of this one. This is an old like hodl emote. It's actually the Grail. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe I can actually make this bigger. Let me unlock this. Hold on. Give me one sec. Actually, let me duplicate this. Copy. I made one too many. Yes. So this one, it's kind of hard to see. That one's kind of hard to see. So it's this hodl. It looks bad because I'm blowing it up. It's only pixelated. I think these are like 128 by 128, so it's very small. It's supposed to be an emote, right? But that's supposed to be like the Holy Grail. This is supposed to be Finn Mertens, like his face. I don't know why. I was like really obsessed with this one too. The eye from Monsters Inc. I forgot his name. There's Jeff out here too. Let's go. I'm 19 months too. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Let's drop this. All right, enough of that. SR Hulk is so undervalued. Hulk. I think so, dude. This is the classic Hulk, right? I mean, if this thing keeps pulling back, it could be a good one. I don't think there's actually... Does that mean... All right, let me see something really quick. Planet Hulk. How many mints was this? Does anybody remember? I'm gonna check right now. I thought this one was like 16. So 1800. So 1800 mints. Wait, this can't be right. So wait, there's 1800 Planet Hulks. And then apparently... Dude, I hate have to refresh this page every time. Apparently there's 1,627 of these Hulks. I realize they meant a little bit extra, but it's actually the same as the other Hulk. So that means there's what? Was there really 1,600 people that was holding a set of like the entire Hulk set? And there was only 180 Hulks that were not part of a set and just kind of off solo, or someone bought one or flipped it or whatever, or maybe bought a double. I find that kind of hard to believe. Is there genuinely this many Hulks on here? I'm sure there is. No, but yeah, I mean, if this thing does keep getting cheaper, even though it's not FA, I mean, it's the classic comic book Hulk. Me personally, I'd probably still rather stack. You know, I think getting like one or two of the gray Hulk is fine, but it's like if I had a hard stack something, it's this Hulk. It's the first appearance one, right? That'd be my take. Yes, sir. I didn't even know I'm subbed, to be honest. Yeah, someone gifted a bunch of memberships, I think like earlier last month. And so a lot of people got gifted memberships. So in that case, you know, you guys have access to emotes. I remember there was I might have to do this, but I remember there was like an entire point system that I had set up for like viewership. So like people that would watch, they would get like a point a minute and they could redeem those points for like fun games or have me like do some silly stuff. But I think I got a new computer and that a lot of that stuff went to like the wayside. It also just seemed like it was more effort than it was worth. Zuckerberg announced Facebook's new AR goggles. Looks pretty cool in the video. Cool, I'll have to check it out. I haven't done that so far. Let's look at Fish. Fish had a healthy little pump because of the announcement of the I really do think the fish tanks, I think they're going to be pretty cool. So if you own a whole set, you'll end up getting one of two fish tanks getting airdropped. You guys actually haven't seen that. Let me just pull it up here. Oh, it's right here. Duh. I'm sure you guys have already seen this, but if you haven't, if you guys own the fish set, people, it's kind of hard to see. If you guys can see that, but in the background, there's actually two. If you own the whole set on November 22nd, you'll get airdropped one of these two fish tanks in the background. I know it's kind of hard to see, but one of them looks like it's like a volcano with like a skull on it and all that kind of stuff. Looks pretty cool. And the other one looks like a disco like fish tank, which I think looks super, super cool. So I think there's gonna be very few of those because I don't think there's a lot of people that actually have like a whole set of those. Compare prices with SR Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America, Black Panther, etc. SR Hulk has less mints. We could maybe do that super quick. I mean, that's a lot of comics to kind of compare to each other. I think typically if you just go to like comics and then like floor price and do top to bottom, I mean, most of those comics you just said are going to be towards the top right. So like what, SR Spider-Man, there's Thor. There is no Captain America yet. We don't have first appearance Captain America yet on the app. Black Panther might not even be on this first page. The Black Panther one was a little bit of a flop. I think the 20 gem box price kind of hurt it. Yeah, we don't have a Captain America. I'm pretty sure Journey into Mystery, this one has yeah, 250 mints, just like the other ones. Yeah, this says 250 mints. Most of those ones you mentioned are 10,000 mints, and they're all roughly the same. Yeah, I mean, AF-15 is going for 7,500 right now. Thor is going for 1,000. Giant Size X-Men's going for 900. This one actually has 7,500 mints, so that's helping it out a lot. Yeah, like Giant Size X-Men only has 188 mints. We'll look at Iron Man. This one also has 250, so this one's going for essentially 900 gems as well. And then where's Hulk? There's Hulk. Oh, it's 900 gems. This one's going for 250 as well, or it has 250 mints. Yeah, these all have the same mints, like mint numbers. 250, 250, 250, 250. So kind of funny how literally that Hulk and Iron Man are like 1 gem apart for the SR. SR Hulk is super cheap. I don't know about that. It's hard to say. I mean, in the long run, yeah, all these SRs are cheap. You know, Amazing Fantasy could run up to, you know, $500,000, you know, 30 years from now, and Vivi's a household name, right? You know, it all depends on the time frame. But I think right now with the current market sentiment, you know, 900 is not like an absolute steal. Let's look at the pricing and like what it's done. Yeah, it's been at, yeah, that's at a, I would say it's at an all-time low right now. So 888 was its lowest. It's at 900. Yeah, I just don't think there's a ton of like SR comic collectors on the app just yet. There's a lot of people that collect comics. Like, I'm not an SR comic collector. Actually, I mean, I have a few, but I don't go out of my way to buy some SR for 1,000 gems or 15. Not me personally. It doesn't mean whales aren't, but you know, you can almost kind of do this too, right? Or actually, let's do all. Like, what do people have up for sale between, you know, 850 and 900, or even like 950 for all collectors, not secret rares, but pretty much everything. Bubbles? You want bubbles? For instead of a SR Hulk? Yeah, there's not too many options up here. Like, we're kind of getting up to where it's like thin air. Like, there's not a lot of things above 800 gems right now. Gotta put an extra 0 there. Okay, you can get like I'm just kind of looking for like, what are some other options to purchase? Aston Martin, SR Luke, Ultra Rare Amazing Fantasy, SR Amazing Spider-Man #1. You know? I'm not saying any of them are better than the other, but just these are kind of like, this is what it's competing with, right? If someone had 900 gems on the app, or 950 or whatever gems on the app, you know, this is what it's competing with, because this is the other things in its price range. Like, for me personally, I'm buying Giant Size X-Men only because I'm a huge X-Men fan and there's less mints. But is this worth more than Hulk in real life? No, but I'm kind of playing the scarcity, and it's more of just a personal preference. Captain America SR 395 lowest I've seen. Captain America SR. Am I thinking of the wrong thing? Captain America SR. Oh, the collectible. Yeah, we'll check that out here in a second. ExecuSpeak says Vivi vibes were where the emotes are made up and the points don't matter. Sorry, the points thing reminded me of Whose Lines Anyway. Yeah, exactly. It's with Drew Carey. That was a very fun show, dude. I really like who's his name? Colin and dude, it's gonna kill me. What's the other guy's name? I have to look it up. Ryan Stiles, Colin and Ryan, Wayne Brady, Drew Carey. Greg was funny. Yeah, it was a funny group, dude. I loved that show. That show was hilarious. I loved the hoedowns at the end. That was a lot of fun too. I love the props. Also the party scenes where there's like one person hosting a party and everyone comes in as like a different character. That's always so funny. Okay, good night vibes in chat. Time for some family time before I pass out or die. Horror film night with the wife. I got a red She-Hulk in real life, but that one as well. Jeez. Well, have fun, dude. Get better, and don't you go dying on me. Berto, collectible SR. Just collectible SRs in general, like all of them. There's a lot of SR collectibles. I mean, there's a lot of SR comics, right? But that's just a given. But I mean, look at this here, dude. There's 8 pages of SR collectibles on the app. It's kind of funny how we talked about back in the day. SR used to mean something, because if you look at release date, way back in the day, let's actually flip this. Way back in like, these are the earliest SRs, like literally the earliest ones. Like Ghostbusters are the first SRs on the app, followed by Ultraman and Lucky, then Spider-Man and all this stuff. Then we get into Christmas. So like we're talking, this is what's happened since, you know, Vivi came out 2021 all the way to Christmas 2022. So that's roughly what, a little over a year. So a little over a year, they've dropped what, 612. Was kind of part of it too. So like 18, let's just call it 18 SRs. Like basically the first like 15 months of Vivi, they dropped like 15 SRs. So almost like an SR a month in a sense. Then we get down here, in the last 2 years, they've dropped, I don't know, over 100 SRs. Especially since they pretty much attribute like any painting, like a lot of these like Disney paintings, all SRs, right? Some of these stamp things, all SRs. I don't know. I kind of wish Secret Rare, it seems like they're using Secret Rare as a way to kind of prop up certain posters and make it compelling to buy because of the master collector points, not because it's actually a Secret Rare, or because it's actually scarce or hard to get or whatever. Some of the things, like some of the drops are just like, that's all there is. There's just the Secret Rare and that's all you can get, right? Like this one, like all 3 of these like DC Christmas posters, like they're all SRs. Like there's not a common and uncommon or S, like it's just, that's it. Yeah, Oswald had 2 SRs in it. Oswald actually had 2 SRs. Yeah, and there's some drops, and I can't find any here right now. Yeah, like this wasn't the transformative potion. Like it's just an SR. There's no counterpoints. I kind of wish like SR was only a thing if there was at least one lower rarity, right? If there's an ultra rare, then a secret rare, okay. But it seems like just, all right, it's just, if we feel like it's maybe not going to sell well, or maybe we feel like it's kind of unique, we'll just throw an SR tag on it and just call it a day. I don't know. Someone needs to buy up the SR Hulk comics. All right, what is the floor on Hulk comics? Not the floor, but just like, everyone's talking about Hulk. Dude, what is up with my typing? Hulk. Well, I put an H in the front. All right, there's 16 on the market. Floor price. Not market listings. Price. All right. I mean, it's kind of in line with some of the other ones. Like there's 14 Iron Mans, there's 10 Thors, there's 27 AF-15s. Yeah, it's kind of in that mid-range. Like it's in the teens. Thor's on the little bit lower side. That one's a tiny bit older than these other 2 comics. Yeah, latest drops don't seem to price where they should compared to the rest of the market. Hulk FA is way undervalued. Harley Quinn has more mints and is worth more. The collectible Harley Quinn? Yeah, I mean, any of those drops that happened before the market pump, a lot of them are getting propped up by the fact that like there's a lot of people that bought, you know, Marvel 1 comics for legitimately like 700 gems, you know, 500, 600, 700 gems. Not too many at 600, 700, but I bet a lot of people bought Marvel Comics #1 between like 300 to 500 gems. And a lot of people are just like, look, I'm not going to sell this for an 80% loss. I'd rather just hold it. So didn't mean SR Comics. Sorry. I should have said collectible SR. Oh, the SR Hulk, the gray Hulk. Gary. Let's type in Hulk here. Yeah, and it's not on you, Berto. It's actually it kind of just goes to show, right, that we are getting, actually it's not appearing on here. I don't think Grey Hulk is on my NFT tracker yet for whatever reason. Sometimes it has trouble like actually detecting airdrops for whatever reason. But I mean, it just goes to show like there is so many collectibles and comics on the app that like when someone says a name, I can't immediately identify always like which one version you mean. Vivi said that they made the commons the most wanted cover or collectible. I'm not a real comic book collector, but I have done my research, and most comic book collectors want the original covers. Yes and no. I mean, there's so many different comic collectors. I would say on average, yeah, they'd probably. I would say, yeah, I would agree that like, and this is from someone that doesn't actually collect comics, and I've talked to a very small handful of comic collectors. I would say on average, yeah, most comic book collectors would buy the commons, but the ones that do chase the variant covers do have the money to kind of go after it, right? Like part of the reason why I don't go for low digit mints or like SR comics is because like I just can't afford it, right? But the people that do go after exclusive comic covers or SRs or whatever, like they're the ones that actually have the money to afford it. So I know it's kind of a, I don't know what you would call it, but like a weird dilemma or whatever it is. But even though the group of comic book collectors that would go for like ultra rares and secret rares is smaller, there's also less mints of those in general. So show's awesome. Oh, whose line is that anyway? Yes, sir. Granted, most comic book collectors and comic stores do not like comic book NFTs. I agree with that. I have actually brought up Vivi to about 6 or 7 different comic book stores like around where I live, and only one of them actually took the time to kind of hear me out and like look at the app and, oh, that's cool and this and that, and wait, can I sell this for profit? You know, they like the variant covers and all that. The other 6 like did not care to hear me out at all whatsoever. Even though I told them, I'm like, hey, by the way, like I'm literally here because I did digital collecting and, you know, I'm a new comic book collector because of it. They still didn't really care to hear it out. So we'll probably end the stream soon. We'll be streaming for an hour and a half. I will be making a video probably not tonight. Tonight's already kind of late. Maybe I will, either that or early tomorrow morning. But I did want to make a video kind of talking about airdrops and kind of what Vivi needs to do to make them like compelling again. Because as of right now, pretty much anyone that has played an airdrop, the last like I would say like 5 or 6 airdrops, people have gotten burned trying to actually chase the airdrop. And like almost every time, whether it's, again, not trying to FUD it, but I do think it's going to happen again with the pencils, especially since the time frame, it seems like the more time people have to go after an airdrop, like whether it's Hulk, Gauntlet, the pencils or whatever it is, I feel like the longer the time frame people have to kind of like chase after it, the worse it ends up doing, because people have more time to game plan or prices fluctuate a bit, and then people will have more opportunities to like sell it off, whatever it is. But so far it just seems like a lot of the airdrops that people have kind of gone after have just kind of ended up biting them. The only ones that have actually end up, I'd say, decently well is like maybe the Disney posters. The Gauntlet was okay. Like the Gauntlet was fine if you got everything on drop. If you got all the stones on drop, especially like the two most recent ones, the one like the Aether and the whatever that was going for like hundreds of gems. If you got those on drop, yeah, you did fine. You made profit, whatever. But if you chase it at all, it sounds like it almost seems like if you have to chase anything, especially the top 2 rarities, like you're just guaranteed to lose profit. Like you just might as well not even go for it. Just wait, right? Slavs, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Still having Marvel Comics 1 common that I bought after the drop for 5 gems. I had like 20 of them at one point, but sold all of them right before the pump. Oof, that's tough. Yeah, I mean, there's everyone has their own issues, right? Or their own story about where they could have made more profit or where they lost a ton. Everyone has a story for both of those things. So JKRB says, hit the like button. Let's go, dude. Thank you so much. Pencils will burn to craft, which I think will pump the pencil price after. We'll see. I hope so. I'm just curious to see how many people are willing to burn pencils, and, you know, Are pencils a thing that people want to like really collect, and does all this stuff? Are pencils things that people like really want to collect? And I'm not too sure. It's not for me personally, but how many diehard Disney fans that like, I don't know, drawing utensils that like it? So yeah, what I meant to say was that Hulk SR collectible is super cheap compared to other Marvel's big hero SRs. Cap SR, okay, it's 350. Okay, I was looking at the comics and I'm like totally off kilter. No, I see what you mean. I will say this though, maybe it's a bit different for Captain America, but so for Captain America, of course, he was like one of the earliest drops, and so part of the reason why he is so expensive is because of this. Let's see if I can get it. It's because there was a period of time where people were buying him. I don't know if you guys can see that. People were buying him for between $3,000 to $7,000 at one point. And so some people are down so much on it that they're like, I'd rather just, I do that with a lot of collectibles and comics myself. Like you'll see this a lot where I think it's for two reasons. One, people bought it for super high prices, and now that it's down legitimately 95%, people are like, I'm not going to sell at this price. It's absurd that I would sell it for this price. I might as well just hold it, whatever. Or two, which is kind of the same thing. It's kind of one and the same thing, that like it's been in the market for so long, it's kind of shaken loose all the people that did have it and kind of quote unquote paper handed it, right? Or that don't really want to own it. I do feel like things that are in the market for longer tend to actually have more holders because yeah, it's been in the market longer, and people that tend to buy it, after a drop has been out for a year or 2 years or whatever, like the people that buy into it are typically holders or at least like collectors, and people that are selling are typically flippers, right? Not always, but sometimes people sell one thing to buy another. It doesn't mean if you're selling it, you're immediately a flipper, but I think that's what happened with Captain America. Like Captain America has been on the app for like 2 years at this point, and SR Hulk has been on the app for less than a week. So I think that's part of the reason why, if you just give it more time. And again, even though there's more, oh my god, dude, there's actually less mints of this instead of the SR Hulk. Yeah, there's only 1,000 mints of Captain America. I don't know why this opened up a new page and just blinded me randomly. And then what was the other one? Captain America. So Thor's another interesting one. That one's also been in the market for a while. Obviously not as long as Captain America. This one has more mints than it by a decent amount. And this one's going for 150. One thing that this one, so I think Captain America's more than Hulk because it's been in the market longer. More people have actually hold it, or they just don't want to sell it out of sheer stubbornness, and less mints. This one has more mints, but FA tag. FA tag holds a ton of weight. It's actually animated, looks kind of cool. Looks all right. So also been in the market longer. So I think those are some of the reasons why it's worth more right now. And then what was the last one? Spider-Man, very expensive. Yeah, Spider-Man is just Spider-Man. Most, other than probably Superman and Batman, and those are, very modern. Spider-Man's like the superhero, right, for the most part. So that's just my take. I don't think you're wrong. I do think SR Hulk is like super cheap, but it's typically not the classic Hulk that everyone thinks about, which is the green one, right? Old comic heads might actually think of like the gray Hulk as the original, which is true. But is that for everyone? And it's not SR. Plus we're just in a bear market, right? Anything could happen when the market turns around. So I want to give up on it. I do think that it's at a good price. And if it goes to like below 40 or it's, God forbid, like 35, I might actually grab a couple more myself. To be honest, I'm still in Vivi because I'm still up a lot. If I was down, I would have left a long time ago. I don't know if that would be the case with me. Like I'm still up a lot. I don't know the exact amount I put into Vivi, but I'll be honest, with a handful of flips and mostly me winning Walt Disney or the partner statue a long time ago, that's pretty much the reason why I'm still up right now. which is kind of crazy because it just kind of goes to show in Vivi, like all it takes is for you to like win one big drop, and now you're playing with house money for probably the rest of Vivi for the most part. Moon says, what's up, Vibes? Sold almost 800 comics on Vivi. Get rid of the dollar bins comics and getting bigger ones. Yeah, I'm starting to kind of get down that pathway too. I used to just buy anything that was cheap and whatever, but now I'm pretty much solely focused on like, all right, if I'm going to buy new stuff, it's either going to be Grail or X-Men related. And yeah, there's a couple cheap X-Men stuff out there, but I do think there's enough X-Men fans, and X-Men's going to be like the new arc of Marvel, that I do think people are going to be interested in that. You know, that as well as Spider-Man and other stuff, right? But over the next few years, I do think there's going to be a big hype or big pump, big following of X-Men here in the near future. All right. I'm going to get off here in a few minutes. If you guys have any like last minute questions, let me know. But Bioshock says, common and uncommon Captain America collectibles had thousands burned. Now it only shows a handful were burned in the description. Vivi hasn't addressed this for months. What do you think, Vibes? Honestly, I kind of don't care. Like, I wasn't around back then. Are they gone? Are they not gone? I don't know. It's an old thing. If it happened like recently, I'd probably be like, all right, like what's going on? But this happened so long ago in like the infancy of like Vivi. They probably did some stuff. Someone probably hit like a wrong button and burned a bunch, and like maybe they don't want to admit it. Maybe they gave the collectibles to a bunch of people. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really care. I don't really own any Captain Americas, at least that one. Even though I do think they look really good. Probably not the answer you wanted, but I kind of don't care. Maybe if I owned like a bunch of them and I hard stacked them back in, you know, May of 2022, maybe I would, but I don't. So thanks for the stream as always. Yeah. Vivi does whatever they want. Not necessarily. It's just like, I just don't see a big uprising or a big people getting riled up about Captain America from, you know, I think if it was a bigger deal, people would make a big deal out of it, right? But it happened so long ago. There's already tons and tons of mints of those Captain Americas, so it's like, like, okay, you know. Same thing with like the Spider-Man commons, right? Apparently there's like a bunch burned, or like people were looking at the blockchain and found that like almost half of them were tied up in like a handful of like accounts. So it's like, all right, are those bot accounts? Are those accounts like owned by Marvel or Vivi? And like, why are they all locked up? Like, what's going on? So that stuff, it's like, you know, it is what it is. It's the early space of kind of Vivi. You know, I don't think it's important enough for us to like make a big deal out of it. At least for me personally. The issue is that it's shady. I don't know. Maybe they just don't genuinely have an answer. That, or again, they don't, you know, need to give us an answer, right? Maybe they do know what happened to it. They don't need to. And again, these companies don't need to tell us anything, even Disney or even Vivi, right? Now, if that happens enough times, if Vivi is just like, hey, we brought up these like 15, 20 issues and we want an answer, and they never do it, that's when you can be like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and walk away, right? You know, they technically don't need to tell us anything. Newsflash, Vivi is shady as fuck, in my opinion, yeah. Same as the, yeah, I brought that up. Same as the common Spider-Man mystery, yeah. Nope, nope. The people who say something are bullied out of the community or just ignored. I don't know about that, but it's just like an irrelevant topic, at least for me. Like, I wouldn't get mad at anyone if they brought it up, but I'm just like, all right, whatever. It's kind of like no different than like people asking about if their DeLorean can fly in the Viviverse back in like 2021 or 2022. I remember in like December of 2022, not December of 2022, sorry, 2021. Remember people asking about like flying DeLoreans in the Viviverse. I'm like, little did people know Viviverse wasn't even gonna get seen until like a year and a half later, let alone if all this like interactive activity stuff is gonna happen. But I don't know. For me, it's just not a big deal. Should we let Vivi slide? Probably not, but it's like, I'm kind of looking more towards the future than kind of focusing on a handful of collectibles from 2.5 years ago that have, you know, a few missing, you know, 1,000 mints or whatever. Now, if it happens reoccurringly and it's happening all the time, then yeah, we should bring it up and like whatever. But I'm just kind of chalking it up to it's just the early days of Vivi. And this isn't me like, you know, getting on my knees for Vivi, right? It's just I just don't care. And I've called out Vivi on a lot of things, mostly for the whole like FE change and all that stuff, kind of giving us like no warning, not being concise with like there's been plenty of things I've called out Vivi on. One of them going to be more recently, which is like the airdrop system, which, you know, the whole thing with Hulk, it's not Vivi's fault. It's not it's not Marvel's fault. It's not even the community's fault. It's just like, all right, the community's reacting a certain way to airdrops. Most people are just gaming the system and flipping for profit. All right, I'm just going to react to it. I'm not going to get mad at anyone. You know, it's no one's fault. It's just like, all right, if Vivi continues this way, the community's going to keep treating it this way, or, you know, Vivi/Marvel. I think we kind of assume everything's on Vivi, but like if a licensor Marvel says, no, we're going to do this, Vivi isn't going to tell them to F off. Like they're going to do it. So they're kind of in a golden handcuff situation. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off. I might hang out with, if you guys talk in chat for a bit, I might hang out for a bit. But let's see here. Is there someone else kind of streaming right now? It's minor, but it matters because small things add up. Once something is burnt, they can't just bring it back. What's the point of burns then? I appreciate the response though. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it would be nice to know what's going on with those. Maybe when things cool off, or maybe when Vivi actually does an AMA sometime this next year, in the next 500 days, maybe someone will ask that question. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off, guys. Thank you so much for watching. A lot of fun. I'll probably end up doing a video either tonight or tomorrow. Or if not, a live stream. I am going to New York Comic Con. I'll probably tweet it out here pretty soon. Let everyone know I'm going. But yeah, I will say this: the Real Uncommon podcast with Hinano and D1 and Omni are streaming right now. So please go check them out. I'll go ahead and link it in the chat. So if everyone can kind of, linger over there, or kind of just lurk over there, I'd appreciate it. So hope you guys take care. Thanks for watching. Please double and triple check all of your listings so you don't screw yourself over.